go, Adrian! I did it!
What's going on, everybody? So, wow, there could be a lot of people listening to this, or none at all. First things first, if you hear any random squeaks, it's probably the spinning chair that I'm in. If you hear any background noise, it's probably the laundry, what have you. As you can already tell, I don't have a good mic. I have to talk like directly into my computer screen, hence this show being called the Low Budget Top 10 Show. I'm totally unprepared. I don't have notes, so I'm just going to roll with what I've got. So as the episode title suggests, this is the top 10 best and worst of 2016. Now you're like, Assassin's Creed hasn't come out. You haven't seen every film. I know. For me personally, when I don't get a chance to see movies I want to see in theaters, like Moonlight or Manchester by the Sea or Nocturnal Animals, all the smaller films, I don't get a chance to see those very often. So I have to wait till they come out on Blu-ray. And as of right now, the latest one, like Manchester by the Sea, comes out on Blu-ray in February. So I won't get to see it until February. So without further ado, I think it's time to get started with the best and worst of 2016 in my humble personal opinion. So to start off with some honorable mentions, there's plenty of them since this is only a top 10 list. Honorable mentions, I won't go into too much detail because, you guys don't know me, I don't know you. You want to get in, get done, get out. I get that. As the show grows, the length of this will grow. But, so starting off, honorable mention number one, not like it's the number one honorable mention, just first on the list. You get it. Morgan. Now, Morgan, I saw a couple weeks ago, maybe. Yeah, it was last week, I think, when it came out on Blu-ray, as the date that I'm recording this, which is the 19th of December. Morgan, to me, it was told to me that it was going to be like a horror movie, and it's not. It's kind of like it's more of a drama than anything. It's kind of like a dramatic thriller, if you will. The acting was passable. I enjoyed it for what it was. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. I thought it was fine. It didn't really add anything new to the dramatic thriller genre, if that even is a genre in itself. But yeah, I thought it was fine. The Finest Hours. You're like, what is that? It's the Disney movie that takes place out in the ocean in the dead of winter, and that came out in January, right next to the Fifth Wave, which is god awful. But yeah, The Finest Hours, I enjoyed it. I'm like, this is the first time in forever that a good movie is in January. I was thoroughly impressed. Disney invited me to a free screening, so I'm like, thank you very much. So I went to go see that. As it was snowing, a huge storm outside, I went to go see it with my family, and we all enjoyed it. We got to see it for free in 3D. Come on. So I enjoyed it. Chris Pine was great. Yeah. And then the next one I have is XMen Apocalypse. Now, I will be honest and say that I gave this a 4.5 out of 5. I've seen it twice. Now, I understand, 4.5 out of 5, you heard that right. I understand that, look, it's not a good movie. I know you're already questioning how I rate films. It's not good. Nothing happens. Nothing memorable happens. Apocalypse is a fashion designer, but I loved it. It was weird. It was fun to look at. There was some good humor in there at times. That obviously the Quicksilver stuff was great. I thought Oscar Isaac did what he could with what he had. I think it is time to go to a new director. From what I understand, they are rebooting the X-Men franchise, except for Mystique, Charles, and Eric. I'm just like, if you're going to reboot the franchise, wipe it clean and start over. But, their whole continuity thing's messed up anyways. So maybe I am going in too much on all of these. Next up, we have the BFG. I saw the BFG when it came out on Blu-ray earlier. See, no edits. You're welcome. Earlier this month. The BFG to me should have been called the Big Friendly Giant because this thing totally bombed at the box office. And just like if you would have called this the Big Friendly Giant, kids would have like flocked to this thing. But when you just call it the BFG, I didn't even know what the BFG was. Apparently, it's some popular children's book. My parents had never even heard of it, even when it came out. But I really enjoyed the film. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. And yeah, Mark Rylance was good. You know, Bill Hader had like 3 lines, so that was kind of disappointing to me. But the CG was kind of questionable, especially when that girl gets captured by the giant for the first time. They run through the forest or whatever. You can really tell it's CG and like green screen. But yeah, anyways, next one is Hail Caesar. This is probably one of the lower honorable mentions that I have because it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. Like it was it was and I kind of enjoyed the Channing Tatum was hilarious. The twist with him, I didn't even see it coming in such a low movie like this. I didn't even see it coming, so that was a surprise. I haven't seen too many Coen brothers. I've seen No Country for Old Men. I think that's Coen, and True Grit, and this movie. I think that's all I've seen from them. But I enjoyed it for what it was. I had a couple laughs, so I cannot complain. Then a movie called Dirty 30. I'm just going to skip right past that one because it's a YouTuber's movie with Grace Helbig and Hannah and Mamrie Hart. I laughed, thought it was fine. So I watched it online for free, and then I'm like, I like this so much, so I'm going to get it on DVD. I bought it for $15 on Target, then it went on sale for 9, so I'm just like, this sucks. But anyways, going on. Kevin Hart, What Now? I laughed a lot during this movie, but his first 2 jokes were part of his last film set, Let Me Explain. This came out 3 years ago. First 2 jokes are exactly the same. Maybe the people names changed, whatever. But so those weren't funny. But there are 2 side-splitting laughs in the middle and the very end that just it was pretty good. A movie called Clown, directed by John Watts, who's doing the Spider-Man Homecoming movie and directed Cop Car and all that. Clown was really interesting. It was really low budget, which is good because the lower budget you have, the more creative you can get with your resources and stuff. The effects on the Clown were great. The whole story is pretty good. Like, I almost said great. It's pretty good. It comes from like ancient folklore or something kind of like Krampus, but not to that extent. It's a good watch. Movie called Race that came out in February, which is really odd that you wouldn't put that in the summer because like Olympics and stuff. But I really enjoyed Race for what it was. It didn't blow my socks off in the third act. This is history, so it's not spoilers. But the baton race, he wasn't even the one that crossed the finish line, and it was just so anticlimactic. Like you've had this whole buildup of this Jesse Owens guy to go out with a bang, and it was so anticlimactic. It just kind of took it away for me a little bit, but nevertheless, I thought it was fine. Next up, you guys are gonna hit that dislike button real quick, so get ready. Independence Day Resurgence. Look, I get the movie may not be good, but first off, I'd never seen Independence Day. I went straight to Independence Day Resurgence. I bought the 3D Blu-ray because eventually I want to get a 3D TV and I want to be prepared. So I watched Independence Day Resurgence. I had a blast with it. I thought the action was serviceable. The alien at the end I thought was serviceable. Everything was fine except for Liam Hemsworth when he pulls out his man part and just starts peeing and flipping off the aliens. That's where it lost it for me a little bit, but after that I still had fun. So I acknowledge it's probably not the best movie in the world, obviously, but I had fun with it, so sue me. I know we haven't even gotten to the top 10. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna fly through these and get to the top 10. I apologize. So the next one we have is Star Trek Beyond. I gave it a 3.5. Bad Moms 3.5. Lights Out 3.5, Nice Guys. I think I gave it a 3.5 or a 4. Neighbors 2, Sorority Rising 3.5, Bloodfather 3.5, Suicide Squad. Give it a 3. Like it's. I don't want to hate these movies. I want them to be good. I like the extended cut better than the theatrical, even though it's only 11 extra minutes. Joker actually had a couple funny lines. Um, yeah, I kind of like when that hick truck driver jumps out of the car and says, "Hey, D-face, why don't you talk to your B word?" Trying not to cuss for kids. And just go talk to your B word somewhere else. Then Harley just straight up shoots him in the head. Then Joker turns around and is like, "I was just about to tell you might not want to do that." I thought that was funny. And then when he tells Harley, or when Harley tells him that he wants to be with her, wants to be with him, whatever, and you know, he's trying to convince him otherwise. Then he just go, "Come on, I'll be your friend," imitating the hick. I thought it was pretty funny, that moment. But anyways, going past Suicide Squad, it's been overblown with talking this year. Jason Bourne, I actually really, really enjoyed. I the reviews were pretty horrible. I saw it at a free screening courtesy of Universal, so I thought it was fine. I thought it was a really good episode of 24. I'll put it that way. Batman: The Killing Joke, knock out the first 28 minutes, and you have an excellent animated movie. The Shallows, I thought was okay. I gave it a 3. CGI on the shark was incredible. The Fundamentals of Caring, Paul Rudd movie on Netflix. You should check it out. Central Intelligence, I thought was really funny. The Boy, that came out in January. I enjoyed The Boy. And Deadpool. That's right, Deadpool does not make my top 10. Sue me. Ben-Hur, really enjoyed. Gave it a 4. Hacksaw Ridge, gave it a 4. I'll tell you when I get to 4.5. Hacksaw Ridge, Pete's Dragon, Kubo and the Two Strings, Money Monster, Arrival, Doctor Strange, Ouija Origin of Evil, The Accountant, Ghostbusters. That's right, I enjoyed Ghostbusters. Sue me. Mike and Dave Need Wedding Days, The Neon Demon, running out of saliva, Magnificent Seven, Pop Star Never Stop, Never Stopping, Sing Street. See Sing Street right now. The Conjuring 2, and now we are at the top 10. 12 minutes in. You guys are welcome. We're roughly after because of the intro. Anywho, number 10 for me is Zootopia. That's right, Zootopia makes my top 10 of the year. Really, really solid film for me. I enjoyed it. It's not one of Disney's best, but yet I still I really enjoyed Zootopia. I even bought the 3D collector's edition Blu-ray. Yeah. For those that don't know, check out my channel. I have a massive collection of movies. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Jason Bateman's voice was great for Fox. I forgot what his name was, but it's past my mind. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. The bunny was great. Yeah, and so and it's always nice to hear J.K. Simmons and Idris Elba do voiceover. Idris Elba did a lot of voiceover this year. But number 9 is 10 Cloverfield Lane. I was so surprised with this film, especially back in like January. The trailer came out and it said this thing's coming out in March. It only had one trailer and maybe like one TV spot. Blew my mind. Saw this thing in IMAX, which I didn't really need to because there was nothing IMAX worthy. I think they just wanted you to get a big scope of like how enclosed it was, if that makes any sense. But anyways, loved 10 Cloverfield Lane. The ending is okay. I would have liked to have had this tie in more to 10 Cloverfield. Tie in more to Cloverfield. Um, but yeah, J.J. Abrams even said that this wasn't even in the Cloverfield universe. It was just called The Cellar. And then J.J. went, why can't this be a sequel to Cloverfield? So it's not even a Cloverfield movie. It's just it got thrown into that. So number 8. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. That's right. I enjoyed this movie a lot. Darth Vader was excellent for the 2 scenes that he was in. Excuse me. And Jyn Erso, the scene, I'm not going to spoil what the scene is, but it deals with the hologram. She's seeing it for the first time, and then she starts crying. I almost laughed because I thought that was just so out of place, and she didn't even look like she was going to cry until she started crying. Like it was really odd. So that kind of took me out of it. Had to put my gum back in so I can get some moisture in there. But yeah, so number 7, I've got Finding Dory. That's right, Finding Dory. I was so surprised. I was hoping for an at least decent movie, and I got an excellent movie. I gave it a 4.5. Like, yeah, we're in the 4.5s now, but it was awesome. The animation was so beautiful. The story was great. I almost cried a few times. Like it hit me, man. Just like Bob and Larry with VeggieTales. I laughed, I cried, it moved me, Bob. So then we've got number 6 with Don't Breathe. That's right, Don't Breathe. I gave it 4.5 out of 5. Excellent, excellent movie. Hashtag turkey baster. It was just such an awesome movie. I got to go see it for free thanks to, I think it was Sony that put that out. So thank you, Sony. A lot of these I got to see for free, but it was awesome. I saw it twice. An excellent horror movie. I kind of think of that as a thriller though, more than a horror, but it's a horror thriller, I guess. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now entering the top 5. Now the top 5 you will not agree with, but it is what it is because for me it's not so much on film quality, it's more of how much I enjoyed it, kind of a thing. The rating for me, it's a mixture of filmmaking and enjoyment mashed into one. And so number 5 is Hush. That's right, the guy who did Ouija Origin of Evil, Oculus, and something else that I probably didn't remember. It's on Netflix. Hush to me was great. It was thrilling. It was scary. It was a genius idea. It's one of the best one location movies I've seen in a long time. Yeah. I don't want to spoil what happens, so go watch it on Netflix if you have not already. It came out like April or something. But number 4, you guys ready? 999. That's right. 999 is number 4. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. I was enthralled. Is that a word? Is that a word? Yeah, that's a word. There's nobody behind me. I just want to make it sound like it was. So, excuse me. 999. It was getting such horrible reviews, but my brother and I still wanted to see it. We got to see it for free. Thank you, Sony. I think they were the ones that put out Screen Gems. One of the two. So we went to go see this with our expectations really, really low. We were just hoping for it to be at least good. We thought it was great. We loved 999. Excuse me. We loved 999 so much we both bought it on Blu-ray. And my brother's more of a DVD guy, but he bought it on Blu-ray. That's how much we enjoyed it. Acting was all around great. The ending is kind of laughable and not so much in a good way. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it, check it out. And it's going to be a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be, but that's great because I have to leave for work pretty soon and heat up my car because it's like 6 degrees outside or something. But yeah, number 3 is The Jungle Book. That's right. Love this movie so much. The fact that that kid jumped around on blue and green screens and objects all day, and it looks so lifelike, except for one or two scenes, but it looks so real. And the movie was so good. Thank you, Jon Favreau. It was just so good. I've seen it at least 4 or 5 times, and that's after I got it on Blu-ray. Like I saw it once in the theater, and then I saw it like 4 or 5 times on Blu-ray. Like it's really good. Number 2, Captain America: Civil War. Take me away, Marvel. Just take me away. Throw whatever you want at me, and I will take it. You want to throw another Incredible Hulk or an Iron Man 2 at me, or another Iron Man 3. Throw it at me. Take me up. Take me higher. But yeah, I thought it was a solid film. Actually, I forgot to mention Jungle Book is a 5 out of 5 for me. Captain America: Civil War is a 5 out of 5. To me, it is a perfect film. perfect enjoyment, entertaining as heck. The direction was awesome. Character development, awesome. Spider-Man, freaking awesome. The Iron Man Captain America fight towards the end, that was awesome. The whole Winter Soldier backstory stuff, great. Side characters, great. The whole airport scene, great. Which everybody blows out of proportion is the best action they've ever seen. Hold your horses. It's really solid set piece. Yeah. Speaking of Spider-Man, I cannot wait for Homecoming. Trailer looks great. Blah blah blah. You've heard it before. I love Civil War. Pardon me. So you're like, if Deadpool didn't make your top 10, yeah, what's another one? Nice Guys wasn't even up there. That's about it, honestly. So Doctor Strange didn't get up there. The Accountant didn't get up there. I really love The Accountant. Hacksaw Ridge didn't get there. Kubo didn't get up there. I know, really packed year. So what is number one? Well, drum roll, please. Oh, that's right. I gotta edit this. Drum roll, please. My number one movie of the year is, without a doubt, The Edge of 17. Oh my goodness. I saw this in the theaters 3 times. I saw it on Tuesday, Thursday, and the next Tuesday. I love The Edge of 17. It is hilarious. For me, it is relatable because I'm only 20. Haley Steinfeld, not only gorgeous, was perfect in this movie. So believable as this kid struggling through like latter teen years in high school. I'm just like, I was watching this on screen. I'm just like, that is me. Minus the part where I, almost have sex with a guy. That was me. It's just like I was watching my life unfold on screen. The awkwardness, the troubles of teenagers, and troubles of going through the motions in high school, and the parents that don't seem like they care. That was a little bit deep, but it's true. Like, it seemed like, let me say this, they don't care all the time. They seem like they don't care all the time. That's what I'm going for, Mom and Dad. Love you guys, but everybody in this movie was fantastic. Woody Harrelson was hilarious. It's so, because, he comes real close and says a funny line like this, but it's so subtle and slow that you just might not catch it if you're not listening. That kind of a thing. Like, it was just, his lines were hilarious. It's one of the best book to movie adaptations I think I've ever seen. Have not read the book, but I'm putting it out there anyways. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this roughly 25-minute episode. First episode ever of the low budget top 10 show. I'm putting this in all the comment sections on a Collider video, and schmoes know. Hopefully they don't think that it's spam. Tweeting this at Collider video and Collider and top 10 show. Spread the word. I'm doing this once a week. Usually it will be on a Tuesday, but I wanted to record this now. So yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in. You want me to have better audio quality? Hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment. What was your top 10 of the year? I understand so far I'm not going to have a chance to see Assassin's Creed or the smaller films or Why Him or Sing. I'm just not going to have a chance because I got to work like a lot because it's the holiday season. Yeah, so leave a comment down below. What is your top 10? And yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.